What is going on, you guys? My name is Curtis with the Seoul Dojo Gaming channel, and this is our first impressions review of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. Look, I thought this series was gone. I thought it was gone forever. Vicarious Visions got absorbed by Blizzard Entertainment, and then Blizzard Entertainment ended up getting bought out by Xbox in one of the biggest acquisitions ever in video game history. But it is here. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 is officially here. It is the follow-up from the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remakes. And what do I think about this game? I think that it is good, but it's a lot like the first game. So Vicarious Visions isn't the developer, of course, because they were absorbed. It is now Iron Galaxy, who have done a lot of work for Blizzard, including the Diablo 3 port over to the Nintendo Switch. So they definitely know what they're doing, but they did a great job with a lot of the stages in this game. They've added loads of new assets, especially in the college. They made the college area just a lot more bustling. There's a lot more going on. They have an actual college theme. You know, in the original Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 game, that area was just very gray, very bland, but they filled it up. This time it's more colorful. There's like an actual theme, a mascot, things like that. They made it a lot better. The airport is a good stage. Canada, I mean, they did a great job. Not only the existing ones that they reimagined, but also they added in some new parks and new stages that really work well with the game, and it fits the vibe also. Of course, returning once again is create your own skater. They don't have any wacky assets. I think it's very bland. Of course, they have the branded clothing like Vans, and I think there is Nike in here and Birdhouse and things like that. All that is great, but there's nothing really that can truly make you stand out. There's nothing wacky in here necessarily. There's also 31 existing and new pros that they've added into the game. One of the better additions is Bam Margera. He is back finally in a Tony Hawk game, which is great to see. They also have wacky stuff like Michelangelo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that are in the game. They also have Doomslayer and the little alien guy from the Doom series, which is cool. In terms of gameplay, I'm pretty sure if you've played this game before, a lot of people should have played this game at some point or gotten their hands on some Tony Hawk game at some point. You know kind of how it is. It's more of a arcade driven skate game. It's not like EA Skate. It's more arcade driven. It's more about lining up trick after trick after trick, trying to get high scores and things like that. Here in this game in particular, very tight, very responsive controls. In the first remake, I felt like it was a little bit harder to land moves at times. I kind of remember talking about that at the time when the first remake came out. It seemed like it was a little bit harder. It was harder to land moves. It was harder to just go that extra kick flip, that extra mile, get that extra move in. This one, it seems like it's a little bit easier to continue that role of trick after trick after trick and improving your score. In terms of game modes, this game is so much like the first one. You have your career modes, you have your online modes, that's kind of it. You can create a park, things like that. That's kind of it when it comes to that. Career mode, of course, it's all these objectives that you can go through from stage to stage between old reimagined skate parks to some of the newer ones that Iron Galaxy has added in. This is my issue though with the career mode in more specifically Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. In Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, it kind of had a bit of a story. You would talk to NPCs and they would give you the objectives, what to do. So some guy, I think in the college, would be like, hey, can you beat my score on this and this? And it did a lot better of like world building. Well, that is left out in this game. So it's not necessarily a like for like remake when it comes to Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. And that kind of really bummed me out because it feels a lot more lifeless than what the original is, and to me that's just a major hit to the game. I didn't really like that at all. I really wish they were better with reimagining Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. In that sense of you can talk to NPCs, there's more going around in the world in that sense. I wish they did that, but they kind of played it safe. And I think that's the problem with this game. It just feels a little too safe. And when it comes to the career mode between 3 and 4, it's just too repetitive. You can also hop online and play with your friends through free roam, or you can also jump in like competitive, I guess you would say competitive competitions, which is like graffiti, score attack, things like that. Pretty fun stuff, actually. You can get lost doing this. But again, these are the same things that were in the first game, which is, I guess it's fine. It's kind of like, if it ain't broke, why fix it kind of thing, and that's completely fine. I had a lot of fun while playing this game online. Overall, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 remake this game is definitely just like the first game. Honestly, it's very much like the first game, and that's not necessarily terribly a bad thing. It depends on what you want out of a Tony Hawk game. I wanted Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 to be a lot more like what it was back when I played the first original game, where, you know, it didn't have this, you know, compelling story and all that, but you could walk up to NPCs and they would say, hey, I have this score, see if you can do this and that. It just made the game a little bit more unique, and it was a lot better. They reimagined a lot of the classic stages so well. Like I said, you're talking about, you know, the college, you're talking about the airport, Canada, a lot of the stages that are in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. It's really, really good. Gameplay wise, of course, like I said, you know what you're getting. It's really fun, really snappy. It's responsive. It's just great fun. It's great fun. And when you get good, what I like about Tony Hawk is, like, it's easy to learn, hard to master. And when you get really good with lining up some of the special moves and then, you know, keeping that chain going of tricks, it is so fun. Now, should you buy, wait for a sale, or skip Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4? I think you guys should wait for a sale. And the reason why I think you should wait for a sale is I just think right now, if you want a sports game, there's just other sports games that are out right now that are a lot more different than their last year iteration. So you're looking at College Football 26, Madden is about to come out. You have FIFA starting to make a little bit of noise, or EAFC. I just think this game, you could definitely get it when that price drops, get it on a sale. If you do have Xbox Game Pass, it's on there, so if you do want to play it right now and you do have Game Pass, get it right then and there. You can play it, but yeah, wait for a sale. My name is Curtis with the Seoul Dojo Gaming Channel. You can follow me on X at Cali from the Dojo. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Seoul Dojo Gaming Channel. We're always bringing out these first impressions, and make sure you guys get in the comments and let me know if you've played Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 and what do you think about it. All right, I'll check you guys later. Okay, peace.